right here, just sit down, right here, don't go, no way, yeah, I like that, bring that, right here, just sit down, right there, don't go, nowhere, little baby gon' shake that, 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 yeah, I like that, bring that, right here, just sit down, right there, don't.
Restart. What up, YouTube? We back with another reaction video, reacting to mixed martial academic Cody Garbrandt, the UFC champion who lost everything. Let's get into it.
How can an athlete go from the pinnacle of the sport to rock bottom in quick and devastating fashion? From championship belts,
champion of the world,
to rivalries, to surviving battles with death itself. The rise and fall of Cody Garbrandt traverses the darkest depths this sport has to offer and the ecstasy of the highest highs. This story is not for the faint of heart, so tread carefully as we relive Cody's journey from the very beginning.
Cody Garbrandt gladly carries the alpha male flag on his back.
Right hand got dynamite in it.
Father Time is undefeated, and he will come for us whenever he damn well chooses.
Uhrichsville, Ohio, a husk of a town and a breeding ground for alcohol, drugs, and violence. It's a place that saw Cody grow up fatherless as his dad spent stint after stint in jail.
Yeah, he's still in prison. Yeah.
Oh, he still is?
Yeah, he's still in prison, yeah.
A household without a father meant that two brothers were constantly at each other's throats.
And he gave me my left cauliflower ear. Yeah, my left ear. He hit me so hard my ear swelled with cauliflower.
Cody's mother felt that constant fighting and abuse was energy that needed to be spent on a different platform, lest her boys continue down a darker path. This would lead to Cody being enrolled into his local wrestling squad, there to expend all that pent-up anger and resentment, there to remedy that aimlessness. It was an opportunity that would distance Cody from the same fate as his estranged father, and seemingly all those other lost youths of his community. Cody would take to the sport in spectacular fashion, rising to state champion as a freshman, a truly extraordinary feat and a glimpse into the athletic success to come. But it was a title that Cody would be unable to recapture. That inability to perform at his best due to injury and level of competition was something that ate away at Cody, and soon he would succumb to the pervasive, toxic lifestyle that emanated from the cracks of his desperate hometown. Pulled in by the wrong crowd, he would fall victim to drugs and alcohol. This mixture of substance misuse and the darkness of a failing wrestling career sat heavy on Cody, and it took him down a path that many fear most.
I was a teenager. I think I was a senior in high school. I wanted to become a state champion again. I won state as a freshman. I got beat as a sophomore. I was injured as a junior. And wrestling was something that I did my whole entire life. And I think losing that passion for that, I didn't have any drive, just felt unaccomplished. And I got in with the wrong crowd. And started, doing some drugs and partying and kind of living super carelessly, and almost consumed my life. For a while, I wasn't who I was. I was in a very dark place, very, very dark place, and almost, hung myself. And my brother came in the door and he saved my life.
Shout out to his brother.
What do you do when you're broken?
What do I do when I'm broken? When I'm broken, I relish it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use it.
Cody's brother, through sheer luck, had saved him from one of his darkest moments, and in those depths, he would accept that there was no chance of pursuing wrestling, so Cody would find a new sport, a sport that brought passion back to his life. But this avenue also created a chance encounter that would change the trajectory of Cody's life irrevocably. He would meet a young boy that could show him life was worth fighting for, Maddox Maple, a 5-year-old who was having his life ripped away from him, but not by choice.
And he said, "Hey man, you should hear about the Maddox family, the Maple family." And I was like, "No, I didn't. And he explained it to me. It was this, the family, this 5-year-old was diagnosed with leukemia. You know, just like, it hit me just right in the feel goods.
He had been battling leukemia for 2 years as it ravaged his body. Countless cycles of chemotherapy, leaving sores in his mouth and down his throat the size of quarters. It was no surprise that he'd finally had enough. He didn't want to fight anymore. The crushing tide of relentless therapy had drowned any last semblance of hope. He wanted to die, but his family needed him to carry on fighting despite the horrors. That's when they decided to call in the help of a local, undefeated fighter to help him in the battle.
And so I come there and I see this little kid. I mean, he looks, you know, just his whole world was 360, you know, spun around and, you know, was going in for a bursted appendix, he thought. You know, next thing you know, he's got a trach and a port in his chest and he's getting his first dose of chemo.
Do you remember that day when you first met Cody and what was going through your head at all? I know it's a while ago.
I kind of remember. I remember when he walked in, I was a little nervous because I saw this big guy with tons of tattoos. I'm like, what? Who is this?
I look at the kid and I'm just like, man, this kid, he had, you know, big, beautiful eyes. I mean, but I just tell he had that look. You see that look before battle? They had that glossed over look, like determination, you know, that focus.
Maddox and his inspiring fight through the agonizing and exhausting battle with cancer was an experience that showed Cody his own demons can be fought and defeated. That life isn't something that should just be chucked away just because it's difficult.
You know, this is a little kid that had no choice but to wake up every day and battle for his life, and he could find the inner strength to do that. I could wake up every day and I got so much inspiration and motivation through his fight and his battle that he went through that propelled me to stay motivated, stay focused, and even at sometimes the curveballs come, you know, just stay balanced, you know, just know that it's life's a marathon, not a sprint. So he really showed me that at a young age, and forever grateful for his fight and his strength that he showed that helped me out along my way.
And so they made each other a pact, a promise between two warriors, an inseparable bond tied together by an almost unattainable dream. If Maddox promised to beat cancer, then Cody would become a UFC champion. And so imbued with a new drive, they both fought on.
We really care for each other. Like, he helped me beat cancer, and like when I was down, he made me feel up and get up and take my medicine and stuff. So if he wasn't around, I don't know what I would do.
When you break, you have the opportunity to show the world, the whole world, what you are really made of.
And especially this man right here, he really, it wasn't just about me. You know, it was my dream at a young age, but I met him and it became our dream. It became our night, and now it's his night. And I'm forever grateful for everybody that's been a part of this journey with me, his family, himself, everybody that's had a helping hand to my success.
I'm sorry, This is amazing. It's about a fall about to happen, but this is amazing.
Success and to where I'm at right now, I'm very thankful.
The problem with life, however, is that it doesn't have a beginning, middle and end, all perfect and wrapped up. The sun must always rise, and when it does, perhaps it brings with it something that we hadn't predicted. Cody had stamped his place in the division in emphatic fashion, dispatching the consensus GOAT of the bantamweights in a performance that some consider perfect.
Cody Garbrandt, the night he beat Dominic Cruz and became the world champion, in my opinion, is the best 135-pound fighter the world has ever seen.
He had done this whilst rising out of the palpable darkness of a failed wrestling career, all the while fulfilling an impossible pact with a cancer survivor. It's one of the most beautiful and moving stories the sport has to offer, but the universe had been laying the foundations of a fall to match that meteoric rise. See, Team Alpha Male had produced some of the best bantamweights of all time, and it's no coincidence that they would ultimately step on each other's toes. TJ Dillashaw, a previous champion and the first Alpha Male to snatch the crown, had unceremoniously left the gym in favor to train with his head coach, Dwayne Ludwig. Those he left behind, including Team Alpha Male owner Uriah Faber, took insult from this, and fueled by Conor McGregor and the media, a change of gyms for TJ quickly grew into hatred and rivalry between ex-teammates.
There's a little snake in the grass right there. Hey, little boy.
How we going?
Are you lost? Yeah, I'd like to congratulate you and your coach, Dwayne. Great win, man. Well done.
Appreciate it.
Uriah thinks Dwayne's a snake, though.
A spectacle of a drama that played out for our entertainment on The Ultimate Fighter. Cody and TJ served as head coaches to helm the show, which would culminate in Garbrandt's first title defense against the former teammate and champion of the division. Whilst the UFC were probably banking on that hatred and rivalry that had been playing out in the background of the division for the last few years to be entertaining, I don't think they were quite expecting the drama that would ensue.
First going out to Team Alpha, never liked the guy. And, that was because I thought it was just his competitive nature. But as time went on, I got to know TJ as a person. It wasn't the case. It was just that he's a dickhead. With the boys. Hey, easy. I'll let you bang. Come on,
you know what I mean?
You heard from the horse.
I'm not your daddy. Uriah's your daddy.
You do not need TJ or Chris in the back of the head. Exactly. You're a cheap bastard. How many times did I fuck you up in practice?
0, motherfucker.
Exactly.
We're gonna find out.
Saturday, you're gonna find out.
You can talk all you want, show your insecurity, show who you really are.
TJ?
Yeah, I'm on everything. They test me every day, so come on, I'm on everything.
You're the one that showed everyone how to do it on Team Alpha Male.
Hold up, did he just expose that TJ was doing drugs before he got caught? He said you just showed us how, you showed us how to do it. The TJ just said, I'm on everything. What do you mean you on everything? What? I hope you mean fight-wise. What do you mean everything? So it was more than EPO?
TJ had called the fight before it was even announced.
It's going to be a hyped up fight, I already know it. He's going to try to get angry and get aggressive, but I'm just going to try to stay composed and have some fun out there.
He predicted the false anger and resentment that would ultimately betray Cody. It's easy to see this as a failure within Garbrandt's own responsibility, but I feel like it's the egos of those around him, Uriah in particular, that fueled this empty bitterness. Uriah pushed previous head coach Justin Buchholz to the side.
Go watch season 2.
In favour to train Cody himself, and with that fateful choice, Garbrandt would lose that calmness and technicality that won him the belt in his previous performance. Instead, that hot-headedness of Garbrandt that needed to be put on a leash was let loose. Full choice, Garbrandt would lose that calmness and technicality that won him the belt in his previous performance. Instead, that hot-headedness of Garbrandt that needed to be put on a leash was let loose, allowed to spoil his greatness. For me, the loss to TJ teaches a simple lesson of betrayal, not only from Cody's team, but also to himself for allowing himself to get swept up in the drama of other people. I tried to imagine a Cody that hadn't wasted all his energy coming after TJ on the show and in the press conferences, and it's easy to see a different trajectory for his career. But alas, the calmer and more collected opponent walked away with the crown, leaving Cody with the first loss of his professional career. By the time the second fight rolled around, it was already too late. Cody was now a father, and that factor muddied athletic ambition.
The TJ fight, I think my son was 3 months old, so dude, for me, I didn't have a father growing up, he was incarcerated, so I didn't want to miss anything, oh shit, I gotta hurry up and rush to the gym, and I don't think that I was as focused, because I have and not to make excuses or sound, like I am, I didn't want to miss anything in his life, so alright, fuck, I'm not gonna go to the PT, I'm gonna go train hard, and then I felt like just my body, I didn't feel like I got everything I needed out of it, with the Cruz fight, dude, I was just everything. You're right. We were doing 10 rounds of sparring.
Sometimes just being a father is simply more important than being an athlete. Cody's childhood without a father was a past that still haunted him, and so being there for his son, watching him grow, guiding him and teaching him far outweighed chasing down championships and training. And that sentiment would physically manifest inside the octagon cage. Focus drifted, priorities shifted, and that unbelievable rise to the top would be rivaled by an uncontrolled freefall to rock bottom. I try to remain hopeful in my videos, keeping at bay that bleak and somber shadow seeping in. But this story is more so grim, hopeless and fading than anything. Cody's win over Rafael Assunção was a rose nestled amongst the thorns of a cruel and unforgiving descent. I think that as fans we can often get caught up in just one aspect of a fighter's life, and that is their performance in the cage, but it never provides a full picture of everything that's going on. And as the slow beat of time continues relentlessly forward, it brings with it changes in emotion devotion, values, responsibility, and dreams. When Cody ripped that belt from Cruz's waist, it signified the end of a very long and arduous journey, not only for him, but for his mother, the woman who wanted a better life for him, his brother who saved him from the clutches of death itself, Maddox who had shown him there was hope beyond that abyss, and finally Team Alpha Male, who had been pining for that coveted 5.5 pounds of golden leather that had eluded them for so long. That fixation on a singular goal and the achievement of it, I feel would have left a sense of what's next. Cody was caught in that relentless cycle of chasing extrinsic victories that leave such emptiness in the wake of attainment. It's no wonder focus and drive dissipated and left him concerned with other aspects of his life. He had achieved the impossible. What could ever top that? And it's so easy to see why Cody continues on despite so many setbacks. He now has a son who he needs to teach to never give up, to continue through that grit and dirt. And no matter how low and how beaten you are, there is always a chance to achieve greatness, to grab the unattainable, and to survive the impossible. After all, he knows that in that pervasive and palpable darkness, there is hope. Light holds substance, but the empty darkness defines it. And if anything, it's the words that a 10-year-old cancer survivor has scribbled on a poster, hanging on a wall next to a photo of Cody Garbrandt, that tells a truth more resonant than anything I could ever write. Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
That was amazing. I don't know if Cody's going to keep fighting. I think he probably is. I mean, much power and respect to you, but hey, man, sooner or later you got to start thinking about the future. You've been in some crazy fights, brother. If you hang it up, you still goated. Still touch the belt. A lot of niggas don't ever touch gold. But that's the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe out there, y'all.
I'm a cowboy, can't stop me, ain't till it's to come. How this pain got me feeling accomplished. See these games turn me into a monster. Hey, I'm a cowboy, can't stop me, till it's to come. How this pain got me feeling accomplished. See these games turn me into a monster. I'm a cowboy, can't stop. Hey, all that pain got me feeling jaded. Many to roll when to make it. Still plugged into the mix, but lagging out before the update. Drop back in, different time, same location.